German national manager Erich Ribbeck named 8 Bayern Munich players in it, and still there were 1 or 2 disappointed. 3 German internationals, Helmut, Scholes and Basler, are missing tonight, but Bayern's winning recipe is spiced by the French World Cup winning left-back Vicente Lizarazu and the Brazilian striker Giovan Elber. It's Teddy Sheringham's first senior game for 3 weeks. He has been nursing a knee injury. Sheringham and Dwight Yorke have had just 20 minutes together so far. Gary Neville's partnership with Jaap Stam at the heart of the defence made a promising start against Liverpool's pint-sized strike force last Thursday. But tonight they face a Bayern side that includes 6 six-footers, and Ron, Stam and Sheringham are United's only 2.
Yes, well, they'll have defensive responsibilities, obviously, Sheringham. I'm just hope Alex isn't throwing the onus too much and letting Bayern come forward too much. We talked about Sheringham dropping into midfield, but I'd like to see United try to get to the other end of the field as well. Try and take the game to them a bit.
Marc Batter from France, the referee. No team qualified for last year's quarter-finals without winning at least 1 of their 2 opening games. Lothar Matthäus, 129 not out as a German international, plays the ball to Marcus Babbel. Babbel let into Sheringham there. Coach of Bayern Munich is Ottmar Hitzfeld, who enjoyed the highlight of his career in this stadium when his Borussia Dortmund team beat Juventus in the final of this competition last year, and of course beat Manchester United in the semi-finals en route. As Sheringham coming very deep. Yorke has found Beckham. Manchester United have controlled the ball well here for a moment or 2. Blomqvist. Walked out by Strunswazzy. United have managed to retain possession, and then Sheringham hit it against the backside of the referee and they lost it. Neffenberg found Janker and Janker found Key. Big 6'3" centre forward, and maybe back heels in midfield are not exactly his forte. Good control from Yorke. Sold Beckham a little short though, and Lizarazu came between them. This is Effenberg. Oh, he's done well to find Elber. There's no flag, and Elber has scored. Bayern Munich in front after 11 minutes. No protest from Manchester United. And Giovan Elber, the Brazilian with the goal threat, has seen it realised inside of 11 minutes. Manchester United are quickly behind.
Oh, this will cause some issues, won't it? I mean, Elber himself started it with his little bit of slick play on the wing. There's the ultimate where he just joins up onto the last pass from Janker. I think that might have been a very difficult one to call for the linesman. This is where he does well, Elber. Feeds it in. At that moment, Janker appears to be offside. He's not. Plays it back into the path of a midfield, but that might be the moment he's offside.
Oh. He's a good couple of feet beyond Janker, surely, when he plays it.
I certainly think it's a hard one to call for the linesman over the far side, though.
Well, assuming there isn't another defender out of the picture, and I'm pretty certain there wasn't, Elber was offside. But the goal stands, and Manchester United are behind. Manchester United have a free kick for which Jaap Stam is moving belatedly forward. Beckham takes. Stam is on the far side and wins the ball across the face. Oh, Sheringham! Didn't miss by much. And after all we've said about Manchester United in the air, first Stam and then Sheringham, 1 headers, and it almost resulted in an equaliser.
Does well here, Stam. He's spun off right round the back from a central position, gets himself clear against a big striker, Janker. And Sheringham, whatever you say about Sheringham, that's his strength. In the 6-yard box, crosses.
Elber's goal separating Bayern Munich and Manchester United, but little else. United have given as good as they've got generally, and Sheringham came very close to equalising. Strums. Good run by Yelemis, who's a very energetic player. Header is by Gary Neville. Throw in. Yelemis, who's been described by Franz Beckenbauer as the one good thing to come out of Germany's World Cup effort. Strums with the long throw. Babel trying to get a flick. It came off a Manchester United player, and it's Teddy Sheringham back there inside of his own penalty area helping out. Mateus couldn't cut it out. Here goes Dwight Yorke now against Linker, who did pretty well, but Yorke has managed to retrieve the ball and has support. It's Jesper Blomqvist, and Beckham is in the break too. Needs a good break, good cross from Blomqvist. Too close to Lisa Rousseau. There were 3 white shirts in the box eventually.
I think Blomqvist sometimes has got to wait for people to get up and join him once or twice. I mean, when you've got that sort of pace, you want to be running towards goal.
Stam is forward. It's David Beckham, guided in towards Teddy Sheringham. Somehow stopped on the line. Khan made a dive. Lisa Rousseau was there too. It's such a familiar corner kick routine, which Sheringham has worked for Tottenham, for England, and now for Manchester United.
And I have to say, I've never seen him hit the ball better in that position. He screamed that one in.
Sheringham twice unlucky on his return to the team tonight. Manchester United have another free kick for a foul on Paul Scholes.
I mean, there it is. It's a clever one. I mean, we're all aware of it, but even then it caught us by surprise. And that's what the defender's for in corners. That's why, you know, I'd be a strong advocate of people being on the posts for corners, defenders. Because he has screamed that one in.
Now, part 1 of the David Beckham masterclass for this evening. It's on the right side of the goal for him. Long way out. Beckham's free kick. Khan probably just had his post covered. On the left there is Thomas Helmer, the German international defender, who is missing tonight because of injury. Sheringham, Scholes, forward towards Blomqvist, who's getting some joy down that left-hand side. Mateus comes across and catches him.
But that's good running from Blomqvist. He's got to make Mateus run. That's the one thing Mateus doesn't want to do, and that's the second thing he doesn't want to do.
He's out of the next match. He will miss the game against Barcelona here in 3 weeks' time. That's his 2nd yellow card of the competition. Didn't get to the ball, deserved it.
He knew full well that if he doesn't bring him down there, Blomqvist is going to be in a great position.
Not a promising situation for Manchester United. It's David Beckham, fires it in. And Dwight Yorke tried to cotton onto the end of it. He believes the defender reached it ahead of him. It is a goal kick. There's some pace on it, that from Beckham.
It's an ugly ball to deal with when they get whipped in like that.
But Manchester United's response to the goal by Elber after 11 minutes has been excellent.
Yeah, they've actually controlled the game since then, haven't they? Without really having to charge forward. They've done it patiently and disciplined. And they can at least draw a little bit of heart. Of course, that Munich were leading in their last European match.
Leading in Copenhagen with 3 minutes to play and well in control. And they lost it.
I've just got a feeling that the back 3 are a little bit susceptible against pace.
Oh, and Mateus has given it away here to Beckham. And now Teddy Sheringham has played Beckham in. He's onside. Dwight Yorke's in the middle. Here's Dwight Yorke, and that's 1-1. Manchester United equalise. Dwight Yorke has scored his first European goal for the club, and it has been coming. It's a deserved equaliser. Set up by Beckham, headed in by Yorke. 1-1.
And who would have thought that somebody like Lothar Matthäus, there he is, would have been the man responsible for setting it in play. Good pressure on the ball, they win it back. Beckham's little header into Sheringham, a nicely weighted pass, and then look at this. Yorke, as this is developing, Yorke's pulling away to the far post. He ain't going to miss that. Brilliant goal.
And Manchester United, the team in the ascendancy in this game, and now have parity on the scoreline, and maybe they can go on from here. He's looked 37 once or twice tonight.
Very much so. I mean, he's given the ball away under no pressure. He's given the ball away considerably when he's been under pressure. And I don't think I can remember too many times you've ever said that against Lothar Matthäus.
This is Jeremis. Under enough pressure from Sheringham to give it away. Matthäus has found Effenberg this time, and David Beckham is going to be penalised. And yellow card in, and Beckham will miss Manchester United's next match in Copenhagen against Brøndby. The only Manchester United player who came into this match on a yellow card.
A little bit unfortunate. It's a booking because it looks awful, but quite frankly, because it's changed direction.
Mateus with the cross. Header is by Gary Neville. Yerim is beaten to it by Scholes. Back in by Mateus. Beckham down on the edge of the penalty area. Schmeichel doing a little juggling before bowling the ball dramatically down the field. Look at that control from Dwight Yorke. Scholes.
I actually think that Schmeichel threw that one for Blomqvist. You know, he was running through Yorke. He's gone in there.
Little tangle there between Salihamidzic and Beckham. It's just going to cool down for a moment or two. Good challenge by Scholes on Effenberg, and here comes Jaap Stam charging forward. And he's going to go on. Blomqvist on the ball. Crossed in towards Dwight Yorke, headed by Lisa Ozu with Sheringham waiting. Manchester United have another corner. It's been a very assertive performance from Manchester United. And they've tried to dictate the game despite the setback of a goal for Bayern Munich, which certainly looked offside. Beckham with the corner. Towards Jaap Stam, who has been penalised. Oliver Kahn is the captain tonight in the absence of Thomas Helmer. Free kick has been given against Stam for a foul on Yorke. And a bit of a furore because Bayern Munich wanted the advantage rule there. Salihamidzic was moving forward. A chance to steady themselves and bring Linker and Babel forward from the back. Manchester United trying to mark up body for body inside the box. It's gone in towards Elbert, who is Beckham's responsibility. He's pulled it back. It's Salihamidzic, saved by the foot of Schmeichel, and smothered off the line with some help from Sheringham, who is now involved in a bit of an altercation with his own goalkeeper.
But we saw the threat there again of Albert, didn't we? From a very clever free kick. Good disguise here from Effenberg. Turns it down the side. Here comes Albert. Great feet. Cuts it back. And it just about gets the little shot in there from Salihamidzic.
There is the half-time whistle. Manchester United behind to a goal which should never have been. A goal scored from an offside position by Giovanni Elber after 11 minutes. It could have been a foretaste to a difficult night, but instead Manchester United have picked up the whole tempo of the game, carried it to Bayern Munich, deservedly equalised through Dwight Yorke, and go into the interval in a good position. It's 1-1. Of England's World Cup game against Romania. He's a social security officer from Marseille, so I hope nobody shouldn't be here is. Manchester United had to send back half of their 5,000 ticket allocation because there are no hotel rooms here. We're coming to the end of the Munich Beer Festival. We've had a very good time tonight. Lisa Ozu forward to Salihamidzic. Effenberg. Elbert. Well, it was a clean challenge by Scholes in so much that he got the ball, but he came from behind and got a bit of Elbert too, right under the nose of the referee.
Yeah, that'll be a bit of a disappointment to United. Elbert coming out. He looked to be limping badly, didn't he, from the injury just before half-time? Because he has looked the main threat.
Effenberg standing over the ball with Yeremis. Babel is forward. Whistle has gone for the taking of the free kick. Effenberg. Throw in to Bayern Munich.
You know, we see some very good free kicks taken from those areas, but defenders are now conditioned to them. Effenberg in the first half played a clever one with disguise, and I thought then he might have attempted it, you know, because people are looking for shots all around.
Nice cross. there's the threat, isn't he? He's the one with the craft.
Yeah, he's clever, he's intelligent, he can hold the ball, he can work the ball, as he's shown in 1 or 2 occasions in the first half.
Apparently the new Brazilian coach, who is splendidly named Vanderlei Luxemburgo, is watching Albert a little more closely than was Mario Zagallo, who did cap him briefly at the start of this year.
Strange thing is, he's got a goal in 2 goals in 4 games. You would have thought that would have warranted him going to
Paul Scholes from Manchester United within 4 minutes of the restart. They come from behind and they lead in the Olympic Stadium Munich, and Mateus was at fault again.
And that is all about bravery, you know. Scholes has gambled. I would bet when he's gone in that big keeper's almost favoured. This Scholes going injured, Mancunian, nothing else but the ball. Bravery. There's the ball. It's a good little knockdown from Dwight. Just puts it in the danger zone. There goes Scholes attacking it. They're looking for handball, the defenders, possibly handball, but that keeper has bottled it.
Albert. Always a threat when he is on the ball. Turned into Salihamidzic. Just managed to sneak in front of Phil Neville.
That was very unlucky. That's good work here by Albert. Twist, turns, just tosses it in, and then Salihamidzic comes in. He gets in front of the defender. Can't quite stay over it.
He's starting to come back at Manchester United though now. Here's Babel. Goktan. That's a smart turn. And a good ground shot.
Peter Schmeichel will say he had it covered all the way.
Did he?
I'm not sure. But as you say, a good effort, particularly on the turf, bit skiddy. Not a great deal of power in it. Yeah, he's got it covered, he said.
Well, Manchester United's planning, and they haven't taken into account Bergkamp Goktan because they haven't seen him. Was that perfect planning prevents pathetic performance? Wouldn't want to work for him, would you? Here's Albert. Effenberg. Tried to curl it. That wasn't far away. We haven't seen the best of Stefan Effenberg tonight. We saw a glimpse of it there.
We saw a glimpse. I'm not so sure Peter Schmeichel did, you know. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on the previous one. I'm not so sure on that one. He was thankful there that went past. I mean, it's inevitable that Munich do come forward. I mean, they are the home team. They are virtually going out the competition, or one would think they would be if they can't get more than a point out of the game, or at least a point. So, I mean, they've got to take chances now and drive forward. It's just a question now whether United just keep the composure and are brave enough to play when they're in possession.
Albert on the edge of the penalty area, seen off by Stam. Manchester United are defending well, but they're having to do more defending at the moment. Here's Goktan, who's certainly made a difference as he came on. Now Lizarazu.
He's actually given them a natural width, but of course Lizarazu is, for the last sort of 20 minutes, he's offside Yorke there, but for the last 20 minutes, Clive, Lizarazu has just forgotten all about defending. First half, it was, you know, cat and mouse, him and Beckham. And I think Beckham won that competition.
Lizarazu. Albert, onside. Great chance for Albert. Big moment in the match, because the man who's posed nearly all the problems for Manchester United tonight, Giovanni Albert, has just missed a sitter.
There's times in a tournament, times in a game, when you wonder, is that the moment? And I just wonder. He wasn't offside. Dennis Irwin had kept him on. When he's hit it, that's another one. Peter Schmeichel thought that was in.
Here's a chance now for Yaramis. Schmeichel did well there. Took up a great position and stood up. Must have blocked out half the target to Jens Yaramis. But Bayern Munich are creating chances now.
Typical Schmeichel, and a great ball from Goktan's found Yaramis in. He's got a steep angle. That's a steeper angle than it looks there, but Schmeichel doing what he does well, stands up.
Effenberg with the corner. Dai is there. It's come down for Yaramis again. It's fingernail biting time for Manchester United fans.
they're driving forward. It's not the easiest one for Jeremis to hit. He's got a whole cluster of front players or defenders racing out at him to block him.
Manchester United hold a deserved lead. Goal down to Elber after 11 minutes. Equaliser through Dwight Yorke after 29. And the goal that separates the two sides at this moment, scored by Paul Scholes 4 minutes into the second half. Schmeichel.
He's played it straight back to Keane, who played him the awkward ball to start with. That's one of the... Oh, if you could have just slotted him in there.
Zerwin, who was free on the near side. Which seemed to get the ball, but Goktan has won a free kick.
Goktan's had another introduction to European football.
Still Bayern Munich cup. 6 minutes remaining. Effenberg with the free kick. Header away is by Scholes. Mateus. This time by Sheringham on the edge of his own penalty area. Mateus in to Elber now. Across the face of goal. No flag. There was a sharp chance, but right in front of goal.
Oh, he knows. I mean, Albert's played the ball into a very good area. Daei just coming in. Daei leaning back makes a horrible mess of an easy chance. Glorious chance at this stage of the game.
Agony for Hitzfeld. Relief for Manchester United. Yorke has protected the ball well there. Cruyff is just offside.
And that's really what they need at this stage. They need to be trying to keep the ball up in the other half of the field.
It is the last minute. Free kick in towards Effenberg. Phil Neville will clear his lines. Maybe not quite sure as to who the initial headed flick came off. Lisa Azu is sprinting forward to take this throw-in. Just bounced off Elber and into the corner of the net. And Bayern Munich, denied by late goals in Copenhagen 2 weeks ago, have equalised late in the day here.
To me, I can never, ever understand why goalkeepers do that. He's got big men there, he's got Stam there, he's got a crowd scene in front of him. Why does he want to get... Where's he going to knock that ball to? He's only going to knock it down anyway. He should be standing on station. I mean, Teddy Sheringham's stuck on his own goal line the last minute of a European Cup match.
I don't know, they didn't come off Sheringham, funnily enough.
Well, yeah, I think he got a little nick on the header.
Well, they must be so downhearted. Admittedly, Otmar Hitzfeld's team have pushed and pushed for an equaliser, but when it came, it was just so avoidable.
I mean, it wasn't crafty, wasn't it? It was bread and butter, the sort of stuff. If they were going to play at Selhurst Park against Wimbledon, they'd have to face 1,000 times a game. And if you lose a goal against the likes of Bayern Munich, you expect it to be with a crafty pass or a clever cross or something.
But here's Stam finding David Beckham. Still a chance for Manchester United, maybe. Oliver Kahn clears. We have had 2 minutes of added time now. There will be a little bit of added time on top of the added time for the goal, but only about 30 seconds or so. It's a throw-in which Phil Neville will take if there's time. Little flick from Yorke, hit by Cruyff. Sheringham! Oh, what a save by Kahn! Oliver Kahn reacted brilliantly on his line.
Well, he owes the team something, and I mean, it's a great pity there wasn't a little bit more pace in that ball, so Teddy could have generated more on it.
And whilst you were watching that, there was a corner through just wide from Roy Keane. Wow, what a night. What a night. Just never a dull moment with Manchester United in Europe, is there?
It's just a great pity, all right, forget the mistake the goalkeeper's made. It's just a great pity for me that United couldn't retain possession more high up the park. I think they dropped back a little bit. They got forced back.
Doctor. Irwin tackled him. Here comes Jordi Cruyff. It's the end of a night from which Alex Ferguson said he would be delighted with a point, but he must be so disappointed. Manchester United within a couple of minutes of winning it, having been behind after just 11 minutes here. Dwight Yorke and Paul Scholes scored their goals. They've scored 5 goals against Barcelona and Bayern Munich in their opening Champions League fixtures, and they haven't won either of them. But it's a draw, another draw for United, who go on in 3 weeks' time to Copenhagen to face Brøndby in the next instalment of what is becoming a real roller coaster ride.
Alex Ferguson so close to a famous victory, and the goalkeeper has a moment of madness right at the end there.
Yeah, well, they played ever so well. They didn't deserve that. They'd 1 or 2 chances in the second half, but I thought that the composure of play was very, very good.
Where does that leave the group now? Because you said it was going to be tight. That could have really put you in a terrific position.
Yes, well, we're now hoping that Bayern can take some points off of Barcelona. And we've got 2 games in which we hope to stack up some points before we play Barcelona in Barcelona.
What was the captain's verdict on that?
Well, disaster at the end of it, you know, to lose so obviously to concede a goal in the last, minute of the game. But that's football. You got to play for 90, and if there's a few minutes injury time, you've got to carry on. I suppose Munich will probably feel they deserved the draw, with the chances it created. But we've just got to learn, to kill teams off, when we're 2-1 up. And we're a bit annoyed about it. As I said, that's football,
I suppose looking back, there'll be a close look at the last minute where the ball was going out for a goal kick, cleared it with good intentions, and then the goalkeeper rushes out.
Well, we thought it was going out for. He was told to, I think it was Philip. Was it? Yeah, he was told. I think he was told to clear it because we thought that. I think it was actually Keenan that flicked it on. I don't know. I've not seen the first goal yet, but I thought the first goal was offside.
It was offside.
At the time, I thought it was offside. And, at the end of the day, little things like that, and they don't go for you, and at the end of the day, you don't get the result.
But do you think Peter, having made 2 excellent saves, will look at that last one and think he might have done better?
Well, I don't know. Like I said, Peter's made 2 unbelievable saves and kept us in the game, so we'd never look at anything like that.
And Elba had a great chance with only Peter in front of him. He should have scored there, so maybe they'll look at it and think he didn't get himself up. To
be honest with you, both teams could look at it, but I think coming away from home with the chances we've had, probably equalled their chances. You'd think to yourself, well, we've probably, away from home, especially 2-1 up as well, that we probably should have won the game, but at the end of the day it's a draw, and we've got to go away to Brøndby now and be positive.